Today's video is not going to be about sport picks by any means, but we live in an economic situation where the rich are getting richer, poor are getting poorer. A lot of the, stagflation, a lot of the wages are getting crushed, at least for the middle and lower man. And I got this magazine here. It's a Canadian issue called Maclean's. The End of Obama. Americans are losing hope in a president once so full of promise. I mean, here we are sitting in a world with martial law. Well, the NDAA, well, we'll see what the martial law looks like in 2012. However, how many of these football players understand what's really going on? They don't have much time to research. They're busy doing what they're doing. And a lot of them are having their high school dreams or grade school dreams of being at the top of the level and winning the championship. So for most of them, I don't consider them a problem within the economic model. However, if they become greedy, then yeah, they would become a problem. But there's so many sport athletes, so many rich people that have an opportunity to make this world a better place. Here's an article. In the shadow of 9/11, debating the impact of the attacks of how it changed Canadian life, laws, and liberty. See, if you were to wake up, or at least do some independent research using logic and reasoning, and logic, then you would know the whole thing has been set up. So when you look at this Obama situation, he supports the fact that terrorists from Al-Qaeda hit 911. See, I'd like a president that would come out and state, okay, wait a second, I know you've heard previous presidents say it was Al-Qaeda, bin Laden, but quite frankly, when I look at the research, it looks like it was G.W. Bush and friends. At least through logic and reasoning. Because we have a situation here where everyone's going to Walmart and buying these cheap products out of China. We've shipped everything away from there, so there goes all those major paying jobs. Although I'm not a fan of capitalism. And then we have articles in here, what 99% system update means to a kilo of gold. Do you know these athletes can be buying gold? Tim Tebow got $250,000 just for winning the wildcard game. $250,000 divided by about 1,600 or so is how many ounces of gold he can buy. But you know what? Most of these people would buy it into a foreign exchange. After all, this is exactly what this advertisement's all about. But buying into the Dubai Gold and Commodities Exchange. You don't get real stuff there. And then you think you're getting it, the price goes up, you want what you want, and then you're just going to get totally screwed, basically. Because we are at rock bottom here. This is a chart of many different things. This is a chart of the standard of living for the lower middle class. This is a chart of the mortgage rates. In fact, it's a chart of the currency, our purchasing power going a heck of a lot lower. And we're in a situation where we need people to really come together to make this world a better place. And that's why if you are fortunate enough to have a massive abundance of fiat currency, well, holy shit, man, you can do a lot of good things. Maybe every single one of your family members and friends or a whole community you can help out. Maybe you can use that money to buy hundreds of thousands of copies of Ron Paul's book and then go on the streets and give them away. Man, what a world that would be. But you know what, though? These players don't have any idea, because we have all been lied to by not given what we needed to know. Because I look back at my days of school where we would go through things like business, finance, and nothing was explained. to how currency was created. So if you don't care, or you don't care, you're not going to find out. And if you cared in 1995, you're still not going to find out. But if you care today, you'll find out. That's the major difference. But we're at a point now where you're not going to ask these leaders to solve the problems for us. It ain't going to happen. And then you can even think, well, why don't we just vote Ron Paul? Well, let's be honest here for a second about Ron Paul. What's the chances he actually wins? Because just like the markets are rigged, do you really think the elections are rigged? And the whole political system, do you think that's a problem to begin with? I mean, if you ever talk about a major reform, not only does currency need reforming, but so does world politics, to say the least. What we need is as many people to come together to help out as much as we can. So if you're one of the people that is unfamiliar with the currency situation within the corruption, then I urge you to get educated before it's too late. If you are part of the people that have known about this for a while or a decent amount of time, then you really don't need to know any more of this information. But what is it that you can do personally to make this world a better place? Adios. And the next football video, I was planning on doing a football video about the Broncos game. I'm going to play the over. I'm going to play the side. Wait for 14 though. And the Ravens, I've already had the price go, or the line go down a little bit, but it's a bunch of athletes playing a game that a small percentage of the country should even care about. And that's why when I get 26 views on a video on this Derek's Diary channel, and I get 1,500 on the other channel, that makes me feel amazing. I mean, really, it makes me feel spectacular, because there should only be a small percentile of people that are into this.